especially with him having those big ass headphones, and meaning he wasn't going to be able to hear me. Must have the world's biggest hearing aid. Just for fun, I think we can cut through this park, get back on the path. Oof, I'm glad I threw a protein bar is not the right word, but because I think it's made out of dates, I'm not sure it really. But one of them kind of bars. Waiting for me in the car. I haven't been bad on my diet, but I haven't been good, so I'm up a couple of pounds from when I weighed myself Monday, so I need to hunker down for the next 4 days. So I didn't have anything to eat before I left. But the Ozempic really helps. It's the last time I lost a lot of weight, I went on like MetaFast, where you're not even eating real food. It was an epic struggle where I was hungry all the time and required a lot more willpower than I wish to expend. And that's what the Ozempic is good for. It's not quieted the what they call food chatter. I still like food. I could eat. I can't eat as much, but still. So it requires a modicum of willpower, but I'm not actually hungry that much. So I probably mentioned this, my next goal, about 20 pounds from where I'm at now, would be 242, which is how much Homer Simpson supposedly weighs. So if I could be as skinny as Homer Simpson, I was thinking if I got a light, I might just cut out onto the street, because then I'd just make a right-hand turn up here on the lane instead of having to cross. But it hasn't happened. Apparently the fates want me to go this way. I have actually made decisions about which way I was going to go based on which traffic light I get. Once again, my 40-acre turnaround here. So this is the loop part of this. If I had wanted to go back the way I came up, I would have gone straight. Sure, I've seen people doing that maneuver on a razor. I don't know if they're still called razors. When we bought my son one when he was a kid, that's what they were called. I know a lot of them are motorized now, and maybe those have motors in them, and that's what helps them be able to do that. We'll add that to the list of things I speculate about, but have no idea. Probably not interesting, but I was curious to see how the sprinklers would photograph. I'm not sure if I'm going the right way or not. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, this path is hillier than you think it's going to be. I changed it out, the battery, before I turned around. I'm still at 95%. You don't get a lot of cars on that little street, but they are not going to stop. I like this stretch with all the willows. And this is where we get back on the trail. Loop completed. So 28, 29 miles, something like that. My odometer is still wacky, so I could get the speedometer right or the odometer right, but not both for some reason, even though I've not had that issue on any of my previous aerial riders. But if you multiply the number showing by 1.4, you get pretty accurate reading. And it gives me the fun of doing math. Who doesn't like that? I do this whole ride in 2 GoPro batteries, which is a lot. I think I get about an hour and 10 minutes out of each. Although I went ahead and changed the first one out, it still had 18% or so left, but I brought 3, and I actually carry an old battery in the saddlebag. In case I ever run out. So it takes almost an hour, about 50 minutes to drive home from here. "37 miles, I think Google Maps said. But we are not right next to the interstate. There's about 10 miles of driving on Highway 1, which I don't remember being on the coast highway that much to get up here, but there's a toll road, 73, and maybe that would be faster, but I tell it to avoid tolls. But coming back, and I may be confusing this with a different place, but coming back, you're close enough to the end of it that they don't charge a toll if you get on there. But however Google Maps says to go, that's how we'll go. cars park along the street because they want $3 to park here, but I'll give them $3.